Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to try something a little different.
Oh,
We're going to jump right into a mock IELTS speaking test scenario.
wow, that's exciting.
I know, right? Imagine sitting in that exam room with those nerves.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, but we'll break it down together and hopefully give you some good strategies along the way.
Sounds good.
So let's get this show on the road. All right, let's dive into the IELTS speaking test. We've got a Band 8 example response ready to go, and we're going to figure out just what makes it so good. We'll simulate a mock IELTS speaking test. You'll be the candidate, and I'll be the examiner. We're going to focus on how the candidate can ask questions to the examiner and how the examiner should try not to interrupt while the candidate's talking.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, let's begin. Could you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Jason Lee.
Thank you, Jason. Now let's talk about hometowns. Where is your hometown?
My hometown is called Richmond. It's located in the western part of Canada, just south of Vancouver. It's a pretty vibrant city, known for its multicultural atmosphere and nice parks. Could you tell me more about what the examiner's looking for when I describe my hometown?
The examiner is mainly checking how well you can communicate in English. This includes things like your fluency, vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. They're also looking for your ability to organize your thoughts, provide relevant details, and engage in a natural conversation.
Okay, I understand. Thank you for clarifying that.
You're welcome. What do you like most about your hometown?
What I love most about Richmond is its diversity. The city is home to people from all sorts of cultural backgrounds, which you can really see in the wide range of food available. I especially enjoy the authentic Asian restaurants and markets. They offer delicious food and really unique products. Do examiners usually ask follow-up questions related to our answers?
Yes, a lot of times the examiner will ask you to say more about your answers or to give specific examples to support your points. Be prepared to go beyond just saying what you like and don't like and go a little bit deeper.
Great, thanks for the tip.
Excellent. Now, Jason, I'd like you to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on a topic. Here is your topic. Describe your hometown in detail. You have 1 minute to prepare. And remember, you can ask me questions to clarify anything.
Okay, I understand. Can you please repeat the topic for me just to be sure?
Of course. The topic is, describe your hometown in detail. Think about what makes your hometown special, what you enjoy doing there, and what you would tell someone who's never been there.
Thanks for repeating that. I'm ready to start preparing.
Your minute starts now.
Okay, I think I'm ready. Richmond is a really beautiful city. It's got urban living and a strong connection to nature. One of its most notable features is like the huge network of parks and waterfront areas. For example, the Richmond Nature Park is a fantastic place for walking and bird watching. It's a nice escape from the hustle and bustle of the city. Would it be okay to talk about some of the cultural events that happen in my hometown as well?
Absolutely, Jason. The prompt asks you to describe your hometown in detail, so feel free to discuss any aspects that you feel highlight what makes it special.
Great. The city is also known for its vibrant community life. Every summer, there are all sorts of festivals celebrating different cultures, like the Richmond World Festival, which showcases music, dance, and food from all over the world. It's a great chance for residents to come together and learn about each other's traditions. In terms of amenities, Richmond has a lot to offer. The shopping centers, like Richmond Center, are always busy, providing a range of shops, restaurants, and entertainment options. I often visit the local markets, especially the night market during the summer, where you can find everything from street food to handmade crafts. Is it important to mention specific places like I just did? Or would it be better to just talk about things more generally?
It's definitely helpful to mention specific places, landmarks, or events. It paints a good picture for the examiner and shows how familiar you are with your hometown.
Okay, thanks for that. Another thing I appreciate about my hometown is how accessible it is. With public transportation options like the SkyTrain, it's easy to get to nearby cities, including Vancouver, for work or leisure. Overall, Richmond is a place that mixes nature, culture, and community, making it a wonderful place to grow up and live.
Thank you, Jason. That was a great description of Richmond. Now let's move on to the discussion section. How important is it for people to have a strong connection to their hometown?
Having a strong connection to one's hometown is really important, for a few different reasons. First, it creates a sense of identity and belonging. Our hometown shapes us, influencing our values, beliefs, and social networks. Second, a strong connection can give emotional support. Knowing you have a community to rely on can be really comforting, especially during tough times. And finally, it can motivate people to give back to their hometown, whether that's through volunteering, supporting local businesses, or taking part in community events, all of which makes life better for everyone. Would it be okay if I asked you a question about the scoring criteria for this section of the test?
Of course. What would you like to know?
I'm curious about how the examiners assess coherence and cohesion in our responses.
That's a great question, Jason. Coherence and cohesion are really important in the IELTS speaking test. Basically, coherence is about how well your ideas are organized and how easy they are to follow the work. The examiner wants to see if your response has a logical flow and if your points are connected in a way that makes sense.
So using linking words and phrases like firstly, secondly, and in addition would help to show coherence, right?
Exactly. Those linking words are like signposts. They guide the listener through your response. Cohesion, on the other hand, is about how well your sentences and ideas are linked together using grammatical and lexical devices. This could include using pronouns effectively, referencing back to previous ideas, and using synonyms to avoid repetition.
Okay, that makes sense. I can see how both coherence and cohesion help make a clear and well-structured response.
It's exactly. Now, let's switch gears a bit and talk about your performance overall in this mock IELTS speaking test. What stood out to you about how you approach the tasks, and what advice would you give to our listeners based on your experience?
I think one of the key takeaways for me was how important it is to ask clarifying questions to the examiner. It helped me to really understand the tasks, but it also let me show off my active listening skills and how engaged I was in the conversation. I would definitely encourage your listener to do the same. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you need something clarified or if you want to make sure you're on the right track. It shows initiative and that you really want to do well.
That's a great point, Jason, and I totally agree. Asking thoughtful questions not only helps you understand better, but also shows that you can interact well in English. It adds another level of depth to your communication.
Yeah, and building on that, I'd also recommend that our listener practice talking about their hometown in English beforehand. Think about the main things you want to highlight. Brainstorm some useful vocabulary and even rehearse your answers out loud. The more comfortable you are talking about your hometown in English, the more confident and fluent you'll sound during the actual test.
Great advice. Preparation is key, and feeling good about talking about your hometown in English will definitely boost your confidence and help you do your best. So, to wrap things up for our listener who might be getting ready for their IELTS, what's the one most important piece of advice you'd give them?
I'd say remember that the IELTS speaking test is all about showing how well you can communicate in English. Focus on expressing yourself clearly, using a range of vocabulary and grammar, and having a natural and real conversation. Don't worry too much about trying to sound perfect or super formal. Just relax, be yourself, and let your personality come through.
That's a great point to end on. Be yourself. Communicate clearly, and remember, practice makes perfect. And to our listener, we wish you all the best on your IELTS journey. Until next time, keep diving deep.